Hi everyone, welcome to the Growth Mindset channel. You need to hear this if you're in a one-sided friendship. And let's be real, we've all been on one side of that equation at some point, right? You know that feeling, right? You're the one always texting first, always making plans, always bending over backwards. You're like their personal hype squad, always cheering them on. But when you need a shoulder to cry on or someone to celebrate your wins, they're suddenly MIA. Poof! Gone like your last slice of pizza. And listen, it's normal to have moments where one friend needs more support than the other. Friendships ebb and flow, it's like the tide. But when it's constantly one-sided, when you're always giving and getting nothing in return, that's when you know it's time to take a step back and reevaluate the situation. So in this video, we're going to break it down for you. We're going to dive deep into the signs of a one-sided friendship because knowledge is power. Then we're going to talk about how to ditch the guilt and move on. You deserve friends who actually show up for you, not just when it's convenient for them. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future gems of wisdom. Now let's get this party started. All right, my friends, let's dive right into the first sign of a one-sided friendship. You're always the one initiating contact. Like, seriously. Always. You're practically surgically attached to your phone, sending out those "hey girl" texts like they're going out of style. Think about it. When you scroll through your messages, who's always sending the first text? Who's always suggesting hanging out? If your conversations look like a one-man show, with you doing all the heavy lifting, then bestie, it's time to face the music. This ain't a solo act, it's a friendship. And I get it. Some people are just naturally more communicative. Maybe they're busy, maybe they're just not glued to their phone 24/7. But come on, even the busiest bee needs to pollinate sometimes, right? A true friend will make the effort, even if it's just a quick text or a funny meme to let you know they're thinking of you. So, do yourself a favor and pay attention to the next 10 conversations you have with this friend. Who starts them? Who's putting in the effort? If it's consistently you, honey, it's time to have a serious conversation with yourself. And maybe with them too, but be prepared for radio silence, just saying. All right, let's move on to sign number 2 of a one-sided friendship. They only hit you up when they need something. And I'm not talking about borrowing a hair tie or needing someone to water their plants while they're on vacation. I'm talking about those friends who treat you like their personal 24/7 toll-free helpline. You know the type. They disappear for weeks, maybe even months, living their best life, completely radio silent. But the second they need a favor, a shoulder to cry on, or, God forbid, money, they magically reappear like they've been there all along. Suddenly, they're all, "Hey, bestie, long time no talk," like we wouldn't notice the suspicious timing of their sudden reappearance. And don't get me wrong, being there for your friends is important. But there's a difference between being supportive and being someone's personal concierge service. If your conversations revolve around their problems, their dramas, their never-ending need for something, then honey, you're not their friend. You're their therapist, their sugar mama, their personal assistant, all rolled into one. And trust me, that's a job description you don't want on your resume. Now here's the real kicker. The minute you try to turn the tables, the minute you need something, they pull a Houdini and vanish into thin air. Suddenly, they're swamped with work. Their goldfish is having an existential crisis. Their third cousin, twice removed, needs a kidney. You name it, they've got an excuse. And it's not even that their excuses are always elaborate or unbelievable. Sometimes it's just a simple, "Oh, I'm busy that day," or "I can't, I have plans." But the pattern is always the same. They're there for you when it's convenient for them, and MIA when you need them most. Listen, a true friend shows up no matter what. They make time for you, even when they're busy. They offer support, even when they're going through their own stuff. They don't just disappear into the ether the second you need a helping hand. Okay, fam, let's talk about support. The real deal, not the fake kind. You know, the kind where you're there for your friends like a boss. You're their biggest cheerleader, hyping them up whether they're killing it at work, acing an exam, or just rocking a new outfit. You're practically their personal hype squad, showering them with love and encouragement. But here's the catch. When it's your turn to shine, when you finally nailed that presentation, got that promotion, or even just baked an amazing cake, there's crickets, silence, nada. No congrats, babe, no you're a rock star, just awkward silence or a lukewarm, that's nice. Seriously, what gives? Listen up, unicorns. A true friend celebrates your victories like they're their own. They're genuinely thrilled for you, not just going through the motions. They understand that your happiness is their happiness, and they're not afraid to show it. So if you're constantly pouring your heart out, supporting your friend's every move, but receiving radio silence when it's your time to shine, that's a major red flag. Remember, friendships are a two-way street, and you deserve to be celebrated just as much as you celebrate others. Now, let's dive deeper into this whole support thing because it's a biggie. When we talk about support, it's not just about cheering each other on. It's about being there for each other through thick and thin. It's about offering a listening ear when things get tough, providing a shoulder to cry on when life throws curveballs, and being that constant source of strength and encouragement. But here's the thing. Emotional labor should be a shared responsibility in a friendship. It shouldn't always fall on you to be the therapist friend, the one who's always there to pick up the pieces. If you're constantly providing emotional support without receiving any in return, you're setting yourself up for exhaustion and resentment. Think about it. How many times have you dropped everything to listen to your friend vent about their problems, offering advice and a shoulder to cry on? Now think about how many times they've done the same for you. If the answer is significantly less, or even worse, 0, then it's time to reevaluate the balance in your friendship. Look, I get it. We all have our moments when we need a little extra support. Life happens, and sometimes we need to lean on our friends a little harder than usual. But a true friendship is about reciprocity, about giving and receiving support in equal measure. It's about knowing that you can count on each other, that you're both equally invested in the well-being of the friendship. If you're constantly giving without receiving, it's not a friendship, it's an emotional drain. And trust me, you deserve better than to be someone's emotional dumping ground. So take a good hard look at your friendships. Are you giving more than you're getting? Are you constantly the one providing support without receiving any in return? If so, it might be time to have a conversation with your friend about your needs and expectations. All right, my loves, let's talk about energy vampires. Those people who, after spending time with them, leave you feeling like you just ran a marathon in the Sahara Desert with no water. You know the type. They suck the life force out of you, leaving you feeling drained, exhausted, and questioning your entire existence. Now, this doesn't mean they're bad people, but it does mean they might be bad for you. A healthy friendship should energize you, lift you up, and make you feel good. It shouldn't feel like an emotional weight dragging you down. Think about how you feel after hanging out with different friends. Some friends leave you feeling happy, inspired, and ready to take on the world. Others, well, not so much. If a particular friend consistently leaves you feeling emotionally wrung out, it's time to pay attention to that feeling. Now, this emotional drain can manifest in different ways. Maybe you find yourself constantly walking on eggshells around them, afraid to say or do the wrong thing. Or maybe they're always negative, complaining about everything and everyone, and sucking you into their vortex of negativity. Perhaps they're emotionally needy, constantly demanding your attention and validation, leaving you feeling depleted and exhausted. Whatever the reason, if you consistently feel emotionally drained after interacting with this person, it's a sign that the friendship might not be serving you. It's like eating a giant bag of chips. It might feel good in the moment, but afterwards you're left feeling bloated, sluggish, and regretting your life choices. Similarly, spending time with an energy vampire might seem fine at first, but the after effects can be detrimental to your emotional well-being. Listen, you deserve to be surrounded by people who light you up, who make you feel good about yourself, who add value to your life. You deserve friendships that are mutually beneficial, where you both feel energized and supported. So, if you have a friend who consistently leaves you feeling emotionally drained, it's time to prioritize your own well-being. You don't have to cut them out of your life completely, unless that's what's best for you, but you do need to set boundaries. Limit your interactions, be mindful of the energy you bring into the friendship, and don't be afraid to say no when you need to recharge. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself, prioritize your own happiness, and surround yourself with people who make you feel alive, not drained. Okay, besties, let's talk about boundaries. You know, those invisible lines we draw to protect our time, energy, and sanity? Yeah, those are important. A true friend, a real ride or die, will respect your boundaries. They'll get it. But then there are those other friends, the ones who act like you've committed a crime against humanity for saying no. You know the type. You tell them you can't make it to their llama grooming appointment because you have a thing. And suddenly, you're the worst friend in the world. They guilt trip you, make you feel bad, and try to manipulate you into doing what they want. Listen up, my loves. That's not friendship, that's emotional manipulation, and ain't nobody got time for that. Listen, you are allowed to have a life outside of this friendship. You are allowed to have needs, wants, and priorities that don't revolve around this person. And you are absolutely allowed to say no without being made to feel like you've just kicked a puppy. Remember, setting boundaries isn't about being selfish. It's about being healthy. It's about protecting your peace and your mental well-being. And any friend who tries to make you feel bad for doing that, they need a reality check, stat. So the next time you feel that guilt creeping in when you're about to set a boundary, channel your inner superwoman or Superman. We don't discriminate. Stand tall, put on your imaginary cape, and remember, you deserve friends who respect you, boundaries and all. You deserve friends who make you feel good, not guilty. And you, my friend, are a queen or king who deserves to be treated as such. We've all heard it, that dreaded phrase, "Oh, sorry, I'm busy." And hey, sometimes people are genuinely busy, life happens, I get it. But when it becomes a recurring theme with a certain friend, when they're always conveniently busy when you want to hang out, it's time to raise an eyebrow. You text them, they're busy. You try to make plans, they're busy. You suggest a quick coffee catch-up, and you guessed it, busy. Meanwhile, their social media is blowing up with pictures of them hanging out with other people, going to parties, and living their best life without you. Ouch. Look, I'm not saying your friends can't have other friends. That's not how this works. But there's a difference between having a busy social life and consistently putting you at the bottom of the priority list. It's like you're always on the back burner, the backup plan, the last resort when everyone else is busy. And let me tell you, being someone's second or third or fourth choice hurts. It makes you question your worth and the value of the friendship. Listen up, my love, you deserve to be a priority in your friendships. You deserve friends who are excited to see you, who make time for you, and who don't make you feel like an option. You are not an afterthought, a placeholder, or a last-minute invite. You, my friend, are a freaking catch. So don't settle for friendships where you're constantly being pushed aside. You deserve to be someone's first choice, not their backup plan. Remember that. Gap 5S. Let's talk about another red flag, when your so-called friend dismisses your achievements. Picture this. You finally achieve something you've been working hard for. You're excited to share the news, and their reaction is lukewarm at best. Maybe they change the subject, downplay your success, or even make a snide remark. Instead of celebrating your milestone with you, they make you feel like it's not a big deal. This kind of behavior can be incredibly disheartening. Friends should be your biggest cheerleaders, not people who make you second-guess your accomplishments. It's great to have friends who keep you grounded, but there's a difference between keeping you grounded and pulling you down. When someone consistently dismisses your achievements, it can erode your self-esteem and make you feel like your hard work isn't valid. You deserve friends who genuinely celebrate your wins, no matter how big or small. Remember, a true friend will be as happy for your successes as they are for their own. They'll lift you up, not bring you down. So, if you find yourself in a friendship where your achievements are constantly dismissed or belittled, take a step back and evaluate whether this relationship is serving your best interests. You deserve to be surrounded by people who appreciate and support you, just as much as you appreciate and support them. Bestie, friendships should feel good. They should lift you up, make you laugh, and make you feel supported, not drained, unappreciated, or used. And if a friendship is consistently making you feel any of those negative vibes, it might be time to walk away. And trust me, I know that's easier said than done. It's hard letting go, even when you know it's for the best. But sometimes, walking away from what's hurting you is the bravest, most empowering thing you can do for yourself. So, tell me, have you ever been in a one-sided friendship? How did you deal with it? Let's chat in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more self-growth content. Until next time, stay super. Thanks for watching and take care.